Everybody, my name is Andrew. I'm Hedera Hashgraph's social media manager, and welcome to our live stream. This is a very special live stream because today is our first episode of the Forkless Cafe, where you come for your weekly DLT insights. So I'm very excited to get pumped and excited to get going here. And I'm going to pass it back over to Sharon there to introduce herself and frame things up for us.
Hey, how's everybody doing? So this is a bit of a test. We're having a little bit of fun today. I'm Sharon Cross, your social community director, and I am here to just have some fun, to learn a little bit about how we can help the community understand more about what's going on in the world of Hashgraph, and just like share some highlights and have some fun, as I said. So we're going to be testing this out. This is a first try, and we look forward to getting your feedback to see how this works. So enjoy.
Yeah, maybe just drop us a line in the chat there to make sure you can hear us okay, make sure you can see us okay. And then, and then we can get going here. And I think Sharon's going to start us off with our PowerPoint. All right. Or do you need me to share my screen there, Sharon?
Well, let's see. Let me try sharing this and seeing if it works okay. And
okay,
then we should be ready to go.
Here we are.
Okay, here's the intros.
Right on. Yeah. So yeah, once again, my name is Andrew. I'm the social media manager. And Sharon is going to be managing our chat and helping us support the Forkless Cafe on that front. So if you guys have questions or want to engage with us, that'd be a great place, whether you're in the chat or watching the recording later on in the comments section. So the agenda here we're going to be following, we're going to start off with some industry news, just items that have popped up over the recent week. We get it. You know, life gets busy. Sometimes you get lost in the weeds, so to speak, and you miss some announcements that are in the DLT space or some news that we've shared across the Hedera platforms on social media. So then I'll touch on some Hedera highlights, some social sizzlers, some things that are trending in social media, and then we'll drop some teasers in the mix as well, some news of some upcoming topics and subjects that we're excited to dive into. And then we're going to wrap things up with a hero of the week. Being that today is our first episode, we're actually just going to showcase that this is going to be a section of the show, but we'll have the first hero of the week for you guys next week. So right on. So I will probably start sharing my screen here. And oh, there we go. Yeah, Sharon's got the next slide for us, the industry highlights. We're going to start off with the Fed's chairman, Jerome Powell is as unsure as anybody how the government will handle Libra. We found that this was, I'm going to share my screen. We found that this was an interesting, and I'm on the wrong slide here. We found that this was an interesting article, Bloomberg article, that we feel that the community would want to dive into and learn a little bit more about. A little quick heads up here too. It looks like it is gated content here, just so a little heads up for you. If you wanted to pay for the $10 a month membership, or if you still have access to some free articles, you'll be able to gain access to this one, because we're not yet at the point where we have ad hoc micropayments, but I think we're all excited about the future prospect of that. So everyone can dive into that article. And then the second one we wanted to share with everyone is, get rid of this pop-up. And we'll get rid of, so then we have this Forbes article, Beijing begins imagining a WeChat China cryptocurrency. Another article we came across that we felt was very interesting for the community, something that you guys wanted to dive into. Yeah. Alrighty. And I sure hope you guys can hear us okay. Sharon, have you seen anything in the chat yet? If people can hear us?
All good. People can hear us. You're looking good, Andrew.
Oh, fantastic. Right on. Okay. So yeah, those were two examples of articles that we felt would be valuable for the community. And then moving on to some Hedera highlights. We did announce this past week that Vertalo is to integrate digital asset management platform on the Hedera Hashgraph platform network. And so we're super excited about making these kinds of announcements where I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, I believe that we are currently at a number that's over 560 dApps, Sharon, that have announced that they're building on our platform. Some are public, some are not. But Vertalo here is obviously made their announcement just 6 days ago. And my understanding is that that they actually have an interview series here with Dave Hendricks, CEO of Vertalo, that they've highlighted in this article here. And I actually haven't even yet had chance to go through this interview series, but I believe that will that would actually direct people to a lot more content here to get them a little bit better framing on exactly where Vertalo's unique value proposition will lie. But it certainly falls into digital asset management. Okay, and moving along here. So recently, this video was just made accessible by Blockworks Group. Our CEO, Mance Harmon, spoke, this was back in May, spoke at the Digital Asset Summit, and Mance took part in a panel. And in this panel, I actually noticed the moderator, this fellow here, Patrick. He and Mance were actually both at the Toronto Blockchain Revolution event, which was, I think, if I remember, back in February. So, I'm starting to recognize some of the similar faces at these different events. And I know in this video here, Mance touches on our governing council model that we're following. And so this is a fantastic video for people to check out as well by Blockworks Group. So it's awesome that they were able to get these recordings live for us. And then moving on here, this one's more recent. Our SVP of Global Business Development, Jordan Freed, was in Dublin at the Dublin Tech Summit, and he took part in a panel as well. And let's see here if I can get a shot here of the whole stage. He was touching on the gig economy in this one, actually. I really enjoyed this panel. This panel was a very engaged, highly educated panel, and Jordan was actually able to touch on some points about the gig economy that I found interesting. He points out the fact that 57 million Americans participate in the gig economy, plus countless around the world, where people will finish their regular day job and then they'll go drive an Uber or a Lyft for a few hours and earn a little extra cash flow. So it's interesting to hear the different aspects that they covered in this panel. And I actually really enjoyed this video. So I highly suggest the community members go check out this one as well. And it was only made available last week as well on July 9th. And then moving on, what do we have next? Oh, so as some of you may already be aware, we have a podcast called the Gossip About Gossip podcast. And our recent episode here was with Elizabeth Strickler, where she was able to touch on educating the future DLT innovators. It's a wonderful podcast where we every episode we take the opportunity to highlight a specific DApp or use case or take a deep dive into the technology. And in this situation, Elizabeth actually gave us the perspective of the next generation, the younger generation coming up, who will probably find a lot more interest and be influenced a lot more by DLT technology than previous generations. But so that's a fantastic podcast that I highly recommend the community go check out. And then
a real opportunity.
And we do have a quickly growing YouTube channel. And if you're watching this now, you've probably already subscribed to our channel. But this was actually our most popular video that we posted last week on our YouTube channel. And funny enough, it was another episode of our podcast where our CEO, Mance Harmon, joined the episode 26 here, where the conversation revolved around Facebook Libra and Hedera's model that's been validated. So that was the exciting announcement that came from Facebook Libra recently, the interesting announcement where and whereby I think a lot of people in the community would have recognized that we took out a full page ad in the Wall Street Journal, and basically where we were thanking Facebook Libra for validating our governance model, because there were a lot of similarities between the governance model that they chose and our own that we believe very strongly in. So highly recommend you guys check out this YouTube video and listen to the podcast. It's we also had our SVP of communications, Zenobia Godchuk, on the podcast episode as well. And what are we up to next here? Okay, we also have, this was fascinating. Dr. Lehmann Baird, the co-founder and inventor of the Hashgraph algorithm, he recently spoke at the World Economic Forum in China. And not all, my understanding is that, I didn't get a lot of information about this event, but my understanding is that they didn't have many events that were recorded. And unfortunately, Dr. Lehmann Baird's speech was not recorded, so we don't have the recording. We just we were able to get our hands on some photos afterwards. And funny enough, a little tidbit is that we've noticed Dr. Lehmann Baird's LinkedIn profile has been exploding ever since. So his talk obviously gained a lot of traction, and we've noticed a massive spike recently in people following Dr. Lehmann Baird in LinkedIn. So I highly recommend you also follow him there as well if you're not already. But this is our tweet that we put out talking about that. And we also linked people to a series of videos that he had, that we created a separate channel on our YouTube channel where he discusses the 5 consensus algorithms. If you're relatively new to the DLT conversation, or if you're a seasoned vet, you might find some interest in that specific playlist of YouTube videos. So we'll have that lined up there for you. And then wrapping things up, we have a technical deep dive, Hedera's community testing program by our developer advocate, Calvin Chang. Now, I'm the first to admit that I am not the most technical person, so I'm probably not the most apt person to speak as far as a technical deep dive goes. So it's a good thing that we have resources like this to call on for people like myself and anyone out there who doesn't have the best technical ability. But we have this exciting opportunity right now where we're running our community testing program because we want to build out and make the network more robust. We're very excited that we have the ability to reward people with up to a cap of 250 HBARs during the second phase of testing. And so this is a fantastic blog that you can check out at hedera.com/blog and get more of a technical understanding on where we're going on the testing front, what we've learned so far, and a bunch of things here that I probably wouldn't be able to advise you on, but our developer advocate Calvin would be more than able to give you a better understanding for those of you who are looking for that. So yeah, right on. What are we seeing in the chat there, Sharon? Are we seeing any questions? Or...
Yeah, I got some questions. Well, first,
right.
A couple of people say hi, which is really nice.
Hey guys.
Some people are asking what skills you need to take part in the Hedera testing program for developers.
Oh, that's a fantastic question. Yeah, so the testing program is for newbies, beginners, and developers, everybody all across the board. I'm sure Sharon has a similar story to share, but I myself just had a couple of my friends, married couple, that took some interest in what I was doing, and so they signed up for the testing program. They felt they were a little trepidatious. They were a little intimidated. They right away were saying things to me like they're not developers, and I calmed them down right away and said, no, it's actually quite easy. So you can go to the FAQ, help.hedera.com, where you'll find tons of information about the testing program there. Plus, there's actually also a community-generated guide that we'll make sure we post that link for everyone in a central location that we're going to talk about in a minute, so that you have access to these guides and directions on the steps to follow. And my friends that wanted to help test and earn some HBARs, they wanted to have me sitting beside them when they were signing up. And I said, sure, no problem. I'll be here if you need me, but you probably won't need my help. They just followed through the steps, the directions, step by step, and they were able to get through the KYC process. I do warn everyone. Oh, there we go. Thanks, Sharon. We do warn everyone that the KYC process does take some time. We advise you to use a passport because if you use a passport to pass the KYC Know Your Customer process, then you'll actually find a lot less friction involved. So then you get through the KYC process, you create an account on the portal, and then download the wallet, you pair everything up, and then you can go to dailytimestamp.com, which is a dummy website that we've created where you can just click through articles and podcasts and videos. And what you're doing is actually you're sending a micro transaction to the network, you're pinging the network, and then you will be reimbursed for that by reimbursing you for 5 HBARs per click, per view of the article. So you're being compensated for clicking on links, but from your perspective, you're actually only going to be using a website. It's not going to be too convoluted or complex or intimidating for the non-technical crowd. My friends who are non-technical, they're bankers actually, they were able to get onboarded quite easily, and they both earned their 250 HBARs, and they're very happy.
So there was another question on governance. So quite a few questions on governance, about the governance model, and there's a discussion going on regarding governance right now. So what I thought I would do here is just share where you can find more information on governance and the Hedera Governing Council. So yeah, certainly Hedera's model is quite unique. And what you can do is go to hedera.com. For example, /council, you'll find information on the council, you'll find information on the governance model, you'll get some more information on why Hedera has selected the model that they're using, and hopefully that will give you some more information. Certainly there are some people that have questions on it or challenges to it, and I think that if you look at this section and also get in some of the discussions with the community, you'll get to understand a little bit more about the governance model and why. So if you haven't yet, check out the website, as well as asking some of these questions in Telegram, where there are a lot of people that can help you, a lot of our community members, fabulous group of community members that can help you understand more about the governance model and why the one that we've chosen is the preference. So hopefully that helps answer some of those questions. There was a question related to when are we going to be testing the new smart contracts quote game. And we don't have much more information on the timing yet, but please do stay tuned. As soon as we get that all ready to go, we'll be able to communicate that to you. So stay tuned in the community, stay tuned online. We'll also be certainly sending an email message out to the people that have subscribed so that you get a chance of when that'll be live. We are looking forward to that smart contract testing and the new smart contract game, the Star game. So should be pretty exciting. Also,
and just
yeah,
on that note, sorry to interrupt there, Sharon, just to remind everyone, just in case not everyone is aware, there's a fresh cap of 100 HBARs to reward you to help us test that portion. Just wanted to add that in there.
Absolutely. That was another question. I've reached my 250 cap. What do I do next? One thing that we should note for people is once you hit your cap, you will still be charged a small micro charge for checking your balances. So for each transaction, there is a small charge for that transaction. So once you hit that cap, please don't continue to check your balances or you'll start seeing them to go down. But when the new cap is raised and we have the new testing going on, you will be able to have an opportunity to test again and try something new and help us understand how to better do smart contracts. Let's see, a question on exchanges, and I think that we've been very clear on this. We do not control when we will be on exchanges, and so therefore we have to let you check in with the various exchanges and watch their news. They're the ones that control that information. We don't have any timing on that and any control over that. Let's see, what else? A question, how do we earn money through the wallet? And we talked about the community testing. When OA, and I think we've answered that a couple times online. It will be sometime this summer. We don't have any more details on that. That's sort of North Hemisphere summer. And so we don't have any details on that yet, but certainly stay tuned for that too.
Yeah, and as long as you're following us on social media, as long as you're on our newsletter, make sure you follow us, you like like us, you subscribe to our various channels, you will get that information as soon as it becomes available.
A question on a Hedera 19. We don't have any information on that yet, so nothing scheduled for Hedera 19. Do also stay tuned for any kind of events that we might have around open access, but nothing has been announced yet, and certainly nothing for Hedera 19 at this point. Is there any way to earn HBARs without using the Chrome extension? Do you have any details on that? Andrew, anything on your side on that?
No, that's the only way to earn HBARs is to download the Chrome extension and go to dailytimestamp.com. There is no way to currently test the network just by your mobile device. I'm assuming that's the question. I'm assuming that's what the person
is.
Yeah,
I'm assuming too.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. So I think that's some of them. Please do continue to ask your questions in YouTube, as we will, after we get off this live stream, we'll have more ability to get back on that chat and check out some of the information that's going on there. And our last slide, Andrew.
Last slide. So I think we were going to talk about Hero of the Week. So this week, we're not going to pick a Hero of the Week, but we will have one for you next week. I can still see the governing council slide on my side here, Sharon, just so you know. But yeah, we're going to start picking Heroes of the Week for the community. We are very proud of our community. We constantly say internally that the community rocks, because every day we open up the chats and see the comments, and we are blown away every single day. I feel so fortunate to be in this position, and I know Sharon feels the same way. Because people are very fired up and excited about this technology, and Hedera Hashgraph is not that far away from open access, and people have been waiting patiently, and we appreciate all your patience, and we're very excited to move forward. But next week we will pick out a memorable and exceptional person in the community to call them out as Hero of the Week, because there are a number to choose from, people that are very active in the chats, answering questions, supporting people, helping them out, and we would love to show our support any way we possibly can. So if we can single you out and call you out and thank you, we will. But then, yeah, to wrap things up, don't forget to subscribe to our channel to get some more content, like the video, and share with your friends. But then join the community testing program, earn some HBARs, help us test the network, and you'll see with your own eyes how blazing fast these transactions take place, and you'll get a taste of where we're going in the future. So I'm excited to see you there. Please feel free to use hashtag #HelloFuture in social media. It's sort of our calling, and you're going to see it all over t-shirts. And for those of you in Boston, I'll see you tomorrow night. I'll be at the meetup tomorrow night. And if you're near a city with a Hedera meetup, then I encourage you to join those groups as well, because you're going to network and meet a lot of like-minded people, and you're going to be able to shake some hands and hopefully meet some Hedera team members as well. But we welcome all the testers that we can bring on board and help us out.
Yeah, we're also really excited to learn from you. This is our first really weekly social live stream. We're calling it the Forkless Cafe. But we would like to know what kind of information are you interested in? What social news can we share with you? Are there people in the community that want to join us in this Forkless Cafe? We'd love to have some guests on here. So yeah, let us know how things are going out there in the social communities, and also let us know how we can provide you content that helps you understand as much as we can give you at this point, and as we move along that path to OA. So we look forward to you as community members being strong participants in this. Thanks again, and really look forward to, at least from my side, to seeing you all here and continuing to learn from you and help support you.
Take care, everybody.
Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.